Let's find out what's been happening across the globe. What's the global chatter like? And Snehi joins in from the global desk for that.
Well, yes, so like we were talking about, if you take a look at the global markets, let's start by looking at Wall Street. Fresh record highs coming in across the board for Wall Street, Dow, S&P, Nasdaq. In fact, Nasdaq also crossed 22,000 for the first time. So good moves coming there all across the board. This on the back of softer than expected jobs inflation, and you also had jobs data that was in focus. So core CPI and August consumer prices largely in line with what the street was estimating. So not much disappointment on that front. Initial jobless claims, they moved up to 263,000, highest since October 2021, and to that the bond yields in the US reacted to, and they fell to 4%. Other than that, if you let's shift focus to Europe, the ECB has left their key interest rates unchanged. So the market reacted positively to that. Slightly good handover coming in. In fact, FTSE was also up 0.8%. So was France's index CAC 40 as well. In terms of commodities, gold is at $3,680 per ounce. It has surpassed its inflation-adjusted record high that it set all the way back in 1980. So big move coming in for gold. Brent at $66 per barrel, and dollar index around that 97.6 mark. So that's a roundup on commodities as well as global equities. Now moving to some important global commentary that we've been tracking overnight. Howard Lutnick, the US Commerce Secretary, says that they are going to sort out India once they stop buying Russian oil. So that is a big point of contention when it comes to trade and tariff negotiations between India and US. They've also announced saying that big deal is coming with Taiwan. They're also probably looking to get a deal with Switzerland as well. And tariffs are bringing in over $40 billion a month is what Howard Lutnick is saying. And he expects GDP growth to be over 4% next year. You have Mark Rubio, US Secretary of State, who's also commented saying that US is on track to resolve their relationship and the hiccups in the relationship with India. They're getting India to try and stop buying Russian oil. So that is, again, important to watch out for. And he also says that India-US not that far apart on the tariff deal, and they are going to make India a top priority and pull India towards US rather than China and Russia. So that's the word coming in. Christine Lagarde, then ECB president, after the rate announcement was done, and in the press conference she said that ECB now sees risk growth as more balanced. The disinflationary process is now over for the Eurozone area. Minimal deviation from 2% won't always prompt an ECB response is what she has said, and inflation is where they want it to be. They continue to be in a good place is the word coming in. Lastly, let's also track the commentary coming in from Peter Schiff on the back of these jobs data and inflation numbers, wherein he's saying that core inflation rose 0.4% more than expected. However, weekly unemployment claims they spiked to 263,000, like we spoke about, highest since October 2021. So on this, he says the Fed will look past rising inflation and cut rates anyway due to the rising unemployment. A mistake, he believes, will worsen stagflation. So contrast views coming in on that front. But well, yes, that's a roundup on the global move as well as the important global commentary that we've been tracking overnight.
All right. Thank you so much, Snehi, for getting